Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So in this part of the video we would be covering SQL subqueries and we'll see what are the different type of SQL subqueries that we have in SQL, and along with that for each type we'll also try to solve different examples and exercise questions so that we get an idea how we can use them in real work environment. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the whole MySQL workbench where we'll be implementing our subqueries. So we need the first thing is the database, and then we want the tables inside the database so that we can work with those tables in this tutorial. So we have created this database and these tables already in the previous parts of the video. If you haven't watched those videos, don't worry, we'll just delete everything and we'll start from the beginning, and it will not take much time. Okay, so I have deleted my database. So I'll just quickly create the database again using this command, create database think upon AI. So think upon AI is the channel name, older channel name of my YouTube channel, and now I have changed it to a new channel which is the ML Mine. So this is the database that we have already created. Now in order to create tables you don't have to worry about all the commands. I have already given you the link in the video description below. So you can just download those files and store it somewhere in the folder. Then once you store them, you just click on this server tab on the top. Then you click data import, and just when you have to import the project folder, you just click on this button and you can just select the folder that you have already downloaded and saved in your PC. Okay, so this is these are the file contents. So you see we have two tables inside this selected, and then we go to import progress and then click on the start import. So you see the import has been completed without any errors. Okay, we'll close this window. If I just refresh it, you'll see that we have our two tables inside our database. Okay, so the next thing is we have to activate this database so that we can use these tables for our subqueries, and for that we need to use command. Okay, so if I execute it, you see that the name of our database has become bold. So we are ready to dive into the main content of this video, which is the SQL subqueries. So to start with, what are SQL subqueries is the queries that are nested within another SQL query is called SQL subquery. So you will have an outer query, let's say. So I'm not writing the exact command, but let's consider you have an outer query. Then along with that query, you will also have inner query inside that query, and so on. You can have many more inner queries. Okay, so this is the basic structures of how we use SQL subqueries. So you can there's no limit of how many subqueries that you can use, but when you use it with the from clause, you have a limit of 255 subqueries that you can use. But most of the time we don't go beyond 4 or 5 subqueries, so these limits actually don't matter to us. So this is the basic structure of SQL subqueries. Now these subqueries can be used with different type of commands, so we have SQL query commands, which are nothing but the select clause that we have, where clause that we have, from clause, and so on. So we have covered all these queries in the previous part of the video. If you want to know how these queries are actually used, you can just click on this video and watch that video and come back again here. Apart from the SQL queries, we can also use it with the insert commands to insert some values into the table. Then you can use it with the update command to update the values into the table. Then you can also use it with the delete command. So in this video, we would be covering it with the SQL query, but I'll not be going into the insert, update, and delete commands because it's more of the same how you use it with the SQL query commands. So, because at the end, in the insert, update, and delete, you'll again be using these SQL subqueries with the select and from clause. So I'm pretty sure if you learn how to use them with SQL queries, you'll be easily learning how you can use them with these certain commands as well. So let's get started with our subqueries. So the first thing that we need to know is what are the different types of subqueries that we actually have. So Most common types are these 5 types of subqueries. So the first type is the single row subqueries. As the name suggests, these subqueries return single row as an output. So we'll have only one row selected from any table on which these subqueries are acting upon. Then we have multiple row subqueries. So these subqueries, as the name suggests, returns multiple rows instead of a single row, and we'll see examples of each of these subqueries in a few minutes. So just bear with me. I'll first discuss the types and then we'll start implementing the commands. Then the third type is the multiple column subqueries. So multiple column subqueries, it actually returns more than one column instead of a single column or a single row. So that's the multiple column subquery. Then the fourth type is the correlated subquery. So these subqueries are actually somewhat different from the previous subqueries that we have discussed. So the subqueries like single row, multiple row, or multiple column subqueries are actually independent of their parent query. But in correlated subqueries, the values inside these queries are dependent or correlated with the parent query, and we'll see how. Then the last type of subquery that we have is the nested subquery. So it's nothing but when we use these subqueries inside another subquery. So if we have more than 2 subqueries in a particular script command, then we call them nested subqueries. Okay, so let's get started with the examples. Okay, first we need to see what are the actual contents in our tables. So we have 2 tables, so we'll just see their contents one by one. So we have a table called YouTube videos, and then we have another table called video detail. So we are just using a simple select command. So here star actually means we are selecting all the available columns inside that table, and this from clause is giving me the idea from which table I'm actually selecting the data. So if I run this particular command, so in order to execute this, I'll be using this execute the statement under the keyboard cursor command, and if I execute this, you can see this is the content of our YouTube videos table. So if you see, we have the ID column, which is the first column in our table. Then we have the title column, which describes the name of the video which is posted on the YouTube. Then we have the channel name, which is basically the YouTuber who has posted these particular videos. Then we have the years in which this video was published and the number of likes that this video got. Similarly, for video detail table, we have 3 columns. So the first column is again video ID, which corresponds to the ID column in the YouTube videos table. Then we have the category columns, which actually describe the category of that particular video which was published on YouTube. And then we have the number of comments that those videos got on the platform. Okay, so these are the 2 tables that we will be using in our whole tutorial. So let's get started with the first one, which is the single row subquery. So remember, this will return only one row as an output. So let's say I want to see the average likes that these videos got in the whole list. So for that, I'll use the subquery with the select clause. So if I say select, then I can choose to write ID, title, and then average number of likes that I got. I'll just write the name average likes here from the table YouTube videos. Okay, now I need to see how can write the SQL commands to calculate these average likes values. So for that, I'll replace this with a query which will return me these values. So I'll use select average likes, which is an aggregate function which I'm using on the likes column, then from YouTube videos. Okay, so what this query will do is it will select me the column ID, title column, and then it will create a new column based on this query, which is the average of the likes from this video list. So we have some average number from all these likes that we have in the list, and then it will select these columns from the YouTube videos. So if I execute this statement, you see we have ID, title, and the average likes, and this would be the same number for everyone because we are taking the average of all the values. Now one thing you notice is the name of this column looks very bad. I can see the whole query in this column heading. So to change that, I can use the aliasing in SQL, and I'll choose simple name, which is average likes. That's it. And if I run this query, you'll see, voila. So we have this column average likes, which is written in a nice way. So this is how we can use these single row subqueries in the select statement itself. But let's say if we try to use it with the where clause. So I again do select title from YouTube videos where. Now let's assume I want to select all the videos that got likes higher than the average likes of this whole list. So I'll select the likes column to see what are the likes, how many likes that video got, and then I'll check if the likes value is actually greater than the average likes that we want. So we have already used this query to calculate the average likes of our YouTube channel list, and then if I use it here, so it will return me the average likes, which is one value. Then it will compare it with this likes column for all the rows in the table, and then it will give me an output for the values where this particular value is only greater than the average values. So if I run this command, let me put a semicolon at the end, I always forget that. And then if you see, we have only one video, which is Spain vs Giant Pit, and I know it's from Mr. Beast, who got likes, huge number of likes, and these particular number of likes are actually greater than the average likes that we had. So if you see, the average likes value of our YouTube video list was somewhere around 8,77,000, and this YouTuber called Mr. Beast got likes around, I'm not sure what it is, 60 lakhs likes. So this is how we can use it with the where clause as well. Okay, so let's move on to the first exercise question that we need to solve here. So read with me. We have to find the videos that got their likes higher than the average likes of the videos published by channel Pursuit of Wonder. So if the question would have been like, find the videos that got likes higher than the average likes of all the videos, then we would have already solved this question using this SQL query. But there is something different here. We need to simply add a condition where we need to find the average number of likes, not for all the videos, but only for the videos which was published by this particular channel. So you would have gotten this now. So I want you to pause this video and try it for your own, and then start continuing watching this video to check your solution against the solution of mine. Okay, so here we know we have to put a condition on the videos where the channel name should be this Pursuit of Wonder. So in this subquery, I'll use select average likes from the table name. Then I'll add a condition that where the channel name should be equal to this particular channel. Now I don't want to write this whole name, so I'll just use Pursuit and then a percentage symbol. Okay, but just be aware, so we can't use these percentage and underscore characters with the equal to sign. So I'll have to use the like keyword here to compare the values of these channel names. Okay, so if I run this query, you'll see we have these three videos which have their likes which are higher than the average number of likes for the video channel from Pursuit of Wonder. Now if you want to look in it like what is the actual number of average number of likes, So you can just copy this command and paste it in the select command, and I'll just use the bracket here. Again, in order to alias and keep the column name simple, I'll use the column name of average likes, but I'll add the channel name based on which we calculated this average. Okay, so you see the average number of likes for this channel was 30,700, and these three videos had gotten these number of likes higher than this particular number. So our task has been solved for now. So let's go to the second exercise question, which is we need to find the YouTubers who got likes higher than the average like of all the videos. So again, now we need to have the number which is the average likes of all the videos, which we already did using this subquery. But here we need to find the YouTubers, that is the name of the YouTuber which is under the column channel name. So in order to do that, let's see. So we have this query which will give us the average number of likes, but we need to find the YouTubers who got likes higher than that. So I'll select the channel name, which will give me the list of all the YouTubers, then from table YouTube videos, and then a condition where the likes. Now just read it again. We have to find the YouTubers who got likes higher than the average likes. Now these likes are not for a particular video, but these likes are the sum of all the likes for that particular YouTuber which he or she created in this whole list. So if a YouTuber has more than 2 videos, we need to sum those sum the likes of those 2 videos. So I need to sum the likes column, so it will give me the YouTuber and the sum of the likes that they got. Then again I'll use the group by command with the channel name, so it will group all the summation with respect to the channel name. Now let's run the query till here only and see what it gives. So for each YouTuber, we now know what is the number of likes that they got for all the videos that they published. I'll just use a simple name for this column, which is total likes which they got. Okay, so we have this data with us, that is the total number of likes each YouTuber got. Now I need to find the YouTuber who got likes higher than the average likes of all the videos. Now to get the number of average likes for all the videos, we have this query, right? Now we need to compare the total likes with this particular number that this subquery gives me. Now here I can't use a where command and say that where total likes are greater than this particular value that we need, because if you remember, with the group by we always use a having clause. Now if I run this command, you'll see the result that the YouTuber Mr. Beast got the total likes which is higher than the average of all the videos. So if you want to see what is this average value, you can just separately run this query and see what are the actual average values that we have. So we have 8,77,000 number of likes, but the YouTuber Mr. Beast has got way higher likes for that particular video. So that solves our second exercise question as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next type of subquery, which is a multiple row subquery. So this subquery will return me the multiple rows instead of a single row. So let's bring in the another table that we haven't used till now, which is the video detail table. So let me show you the content of this table first. So this table contains video ID, which is the ID column which corresponds to the ID column of the videos in the YouTube videos table. Then we have category of those videos, that in which category those videos fall into. Then we have the number of comments those videos got on the YouTube platform. Now I want to select the information about the videos only for those videos which are present in the previous table, which was the YouTube videos table. So if I show you the content of that table, so if you see, it also contained the ID column which corresponds to the video ID column. Then it contains all the videos that we have in this table. Okay, so now I want to select everything from this table, which is the video detail table, but only for those rows where the video ID is present in my YouTube videos table. So for that, I'll just use this subquery, which is returning me all the rows, but I need only the ID column, so that I can match that column with the video ID column. If you observe, in the previous single row subquery, we use greater than or smaller than or equal to operator, because the values that were returned were scalar single value. But here we are getting a list of all the values. So if I show you what this command does, then you will understand it better. So if I run this query, you will see it is giving me a list of all the values from the YouTube videos table. Okay, so when we have list of values, we can't use greater than or equal to operator. So here we are using another operator, which is the in operator. This will compare if the video ID values are present inside this particular list or not. So in that way, we'll check if all the videos that are shown in this from this query are present in the table YouTube videos. Okay, so that is one of the example. Now we can also do this example with the join command as well. So let's see how. So with the join command, it will also give me the same output, but in a different way. So I now have to select what columns I need to present in my view, and so these are the columns that I need from the table video detail. Then I want to join the another table, which is YouTube videos table, on the condition that okay, let me give it a temporary name, video detail as V and YouTube videos as Y, on the condition that v dot video ID equals y dot ID. Okay, if I run this query, you'll see there is something missing in this. Okay, so it's giving me, oh, I have used some wrong symbol here. Okay, so it's giving me the same output. Okay, so why is that so? Here also we are selecting all the values from the video detail based on the condition that the video ID should be equal to the ID column in the YouTube video. So which is the same as that video ID should be present in the whole list of ID column. So these are two approaches to the same problem, and this is just to show you that we can approach a single problem with different types of queries as well. So that's the interesting part of SQL. Okay, next thing, we have already shown how we can do it with join operation. Okay, now let's come to our exercise question. It says we have to find the videos that got less than 1500 comments on YouTube. Now when we say videos, we have to find the values like the title of the video or the YouTuber who published that video and so on. Okay, and that got less than 1500 comments on YouTube, given the video is classified into a category. So this second part we'll see later. First, let's try to solve the first part of this question. So we want to find the videos that got less than 1500 comments. Now we know that the number of comments column is present in the table of video detail. So I can just select everything from video detail, and now we have to write a condition that the comments for that particular video should be less than 1500, and I want to see information about only those videos. Okay, so if I run this, these are all the videos that have comments less than 1500. Okay, but I need to find the values like title and channel name. So these columns are not present in this table. These columns are present in the previous table that we have used. So in order to get those values, I'll just write title, channel name, and then I'll use the previous table, YouTube videos. But I need to combine these two queries. I need to find the videos that got comments less than 1500. For that, we know that the video ID and ID column are common to both the tables, so I can use that as my leverage here. So if I say where the ID from the YouTube videos is in the list of what? The list of all the videos which have comments less than 1500. So that's the approach that I'm showing you, that I'm not approaching the whole problem at once. We have to approach the problem one by one. We have to break the problem. We have to write a subquery first and then combine it with a main query. So now the problem is I need to compare ID in the list. So I have to print only the IDs of the videos. Okay, so this column is the video ID here. If I run this query, now you see we have the title and the channel names of all the videos that got less than 1500 comments. Okay, so these are all the videos that got less than 1500 comments. Now coming to the second part of the question, which says given that the video is classified into a category. Now by that what we mean is, when we see the values from our second table, which is the video detail, the second table contains the category, if you remember. So these are the categories for each of the video, and if we want to use the videos which are classified into a category, that is other way of saying that the videos which are present in this table would be classified into a category, right? So if a video is not present in this table, that means that video is not classified anywhere. So since we have already used this table to check if the videos are present in this list or not, automatically this condition has been applied in our case. But if it doesn't apply, we have to check this separately, and we have to see if those particular video IDs are present in that table, so that we mean okay, those videos are being categorized by this particular table or not. So we don't have to worry about that second part in this scenario. Okay, so let's move on to the third type of subquery that we have. The next type of subquery that we have is multiple column subqueries. So this type of subquery will return multiple columns instead of one column. So if you see till now, we are using subqueries that were returning only a single column. So in this case, the query was returning a single column, which is video ID. In this case, it was returning ID column, and so on. So let's say in this case, we have average of likes, which is also a single column, and so on. So now the multiple column subqueries will return you the multiple columns instead of a single column. So let's write a basic example to explain this type of subquery. So I'll fetch in all the values from the YouTube videos, where now I'll match the conditions for two columns instead of one. So where ID comma likes should be in, I'll select two columns instead of one right now. Select ID comma likes from YouTube videos, where let's say the number of likes that we have is less than 1500. Okay, and then I'll end this statement. So it will return me two columns in a list, and that list will be compared with the pair of these columns from the outer table. And this if these pairs are present in this query, then it will be selected. So let's run this. So if you see, we have gotten this video which got likes less than 1500. We can also do the opposite and see if the query is running correctly. Okay, so we see all the other videos in the opposite case. So this is a simple example where the query was returning multiple columns. Also, I would have solved this task with another query as well, like without using subqueries. So if I write this select statement, and if I write the condition directly on the likes column that it should be greater than 1500 and run this command, so you see we'll get the same results without using the subquery. So what this subquery was doing actually, so it is just complicating the approach to solve this particular task. So for this case it looks like that, but for other cases these queries could be helpful for us. Okay, so let's see those cases through this exercise. Okay, so the exercise 4 reads is we have to show title, channel name and likes of the videos with the least number of likes for each YouTuber. So we have different YouTubers with us. We have to select the videos of those YouTubers containing the least number of likes, and then we have to show the information about those videos with title, channel name and the likes columns. So let's break this problem. We select title, channel name, likes, which table contains these columns from YouTube videos. And now if you see, I have to compare the columns where the, let's say, the channel name and likes, so these are the two columns that I am taking, falls under the list of the columns. So I need to select the same column names here so that could be compared one by one. And so these are the two columns that I would be comparing. So I select these two columns from, again, the table that we have is YouTube videos, but I need to find the least number of likes columns. Okay, so I'll use an aggregate function which will be calculating the minimum of all the likes based on the each of the YouTubers. So I can classify that using channel name. So this could be complicated to understand at first, so let us first run the subquery that we have. So what this subquery will return is, it will give me the channel name and the column which contains the minimum number of likes that particular channel got for all the videos. Okay, so this is the list that will be outputted by this subquery. Then this list will be compared with this particular columns in my outer table, and if it is present, then only those videos will be selected and the information about those videos will be shown here. So that's the whole purpose of our task. So if we run this query, you see we have the title, channel name, likes of the videos that contain the least number of likes for each of the YouTubers. So for J. Klaus, the video Truth About Consistency got the least number of likes, and similarly for the video for the channel Pursuit of Wonder, the video Psychology of Money got the least number of likes at 1500 likes. So that's where the actual use of these subqueries would be there. Now you'll again say that we can compare it without using the subquery, but let's try to compare it now. So if I write select title, channel name, likes from YouTube videos, where if I say directly that I need to see that the minimum number of likes should be there from the aggregate function, and I group these minimum likes with the channel name. So for each channel I want to show the output. Now if you observe, whenever we use aggregate function, we have to use a group by command, right? If you want to group those aggregate values for different groups. So here if I used group by channel name, then I have to use only this particular column to be shown in the output. So if I run this command, it is giving me the same output as compared to this output. The only difference is I can't see the title of those videos now. So let's try to add the title. Let's try to execute it, and you'll see that it gives you an error that says that select list is not in group by clause. So this particular column is not in the group by clause. That's why it couldn't be shown with this query. Now here comes the benefit of using this multiple column subquery. So if you just observe it, you'll understand the whole point of using this subquery. Okay, so then there we have the fourth type of subquery, which is the correlated subquery. So till now we are using subqueries which are single row subqueries, multiple row subqueries, or multiple column subqueries are all queries which are independent of their parent query. But by that what I mean is, let's say we have a parent query and in that we have an inner query. Okay, now this inner query has some parameters, right? So we have parent query which fetches information from some outer table, and in the inner query we have fetched information from some inner table. So that's the basic structure that we have used till now. Now if I use some information from this outer table inside this inner query, okay, then we say that subquery will be a correlated subquery. That means it will return me the values based on the information from the parent query. And in other words, we can say that the information in this subquery would be dependent or correlated on the outer table, while in the previous cases that was not so. So if you let's see the simple example that we have used, let's see this particular query. Then in this what was happening is this was the parent query and this was the insert inner query that we have. In this inner query there was no information transfer from the outer table. We have used another table which was there in the inside of this query, and the values from these tables were executed first, and then the output of this query would be used in the outer query. There was no relation between the outer and inner query. But in the correlated subqueries, unlike these queries, the inner query will have to take the information from the outer table or the outer query, and that's why it's not only executed once but repeatedly it is executed for each of the values in the outer table. So it's kind of a loop inside another loop. So let's try to understand it using some examples. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So let's say we want to print the information about the title of the video, the channel name, and we want to see if that particular video is categorized or not. So for that we'll use some other column which is to see if the video is categorized or not, and I'll fetch this information from the table YouTube videos. Okay, so we have to replace this with a subquery because we don't have this column right now. So in order to replace that, we'll select the videos that are categorized are the videos that are present in the video detail table, which contains the category column. So we need to find if the videos from these table YouTube videos are present in the video detail table or not. So that's the problem that we are trying to solve here. Okay, so I have given a temporary name to this table, which is y, just to simplify this whole task. Then I'll select, let's say, I'll explain you why I'm writing a yes here, but let's bear with me for now. So select yes from the table video detail. Okay, where Okay, I'll give it name v, where v dot video id, that is the video id in this table, should match with the id column of the outer table. Now if you see, we have used outer table in order to check this condition, and that's where the difference between correlated and non-correlated subqueries. So this query is now correlated with the outer query, and that's why it will not be executed just once, it will be executed repeatedly for each of the IDs that we have in the YouTube videos table. So if I run this, let's see. Okay, so we have the video name, we had the YouTubers, then we have so what this yes command is doing is, wherever there is a match between video ID and ID, it's just filling that particular column with the value yes. If there is no match, it will be just a null value. Okay, now if you see again, this column name is not good, so I'll alias it with some other name, which is, let's say, categorize or not. Okay, so if I run this now, so this table is giving me the list with the title, channel name, and we can see if these videos are categorized or not. Okay, so that's one of the way how we can solve this task using correlated subqueries. Now we can also do this, so here we have used this subquery in the select clause. We can also do the same thing by using this subquery in the where clause. So we have title column, we have channel name from YouTube videos, where now again I need to put a subquery and I need to compare that with the outer query. So the subquery that we have is same, select something. So here I'll use 1. You can use even yes, that will not make any difference. Select yes from video detail where v dot video id equals y dot id. Okay, now I need to see if this list is empty or not. So for that I am using this keyword exists. So what this keyword do is, if this particular query will return any row, then this condition would be true, which is checking if this row exists or not. And if this query is not returning any value, which is the null value, this condition will be false. Now whenever this condition is true, it will show me the information about that particular video, and if it is false, it will skip that video. So that will do the same thing as we did in the previous query. So it's giving me the title and the channel name of all the videos that are present in that are categorized in the video detail table. Now why we use yes or 1 here? Now if you see in most of the problems, we write 1 in the SQL subqueries. Now what does that mean is, it just symbolizes that, okay, whenever there is a 1, that means the list or the row exists. If there is no value, then it's a null value and the row doesn't exist. So we can write any value, but generally 1 is preferred to have that better symbolization of the problem. Okay, so it's given me the same output. So these are some of the examples. So in this case also, we have used ID column from the outer table, which is Y, which is the YouTube videos, in order to check this condition. So this is also an example of correlated subquery. Now let's come to the another exercise question, which is we have to find the number of likes of any uncategorized video. So if there is an uncategorized video, we need to first find that video, and we need to find the number of likes that particular video got. Okay, so let's see what values are there in both the table first. So we have this command for the YouTube videos and another command for video detail. Now if I see, So I need to see if there is a video which is uncategorized. That means if there is a video which is in the YouTube videos table which is not there into video detail. So we have videos from 1 to 7, all of them in the YouTube videos table. Then in the video detail, if we see, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we have all the videos from YouTube videos in the video detail table. So in order to solve this task, that would not be sufficient because there is no case which is fulfilling this task. So let me first delete a particular video from the video detail so that we can see the effects of this task. So let me delete the first video which is categorized under advice. So for that I'll use delete from, then video detail, where video ID equals 1. Okay, so if I check my table, you see that we don't have any video with a video ID of 1. Okay, so that video is deleted now. You can just remove this, and I'll give you the updated table in the description, so you don't need to worry about these commands. So let's try to solve this task now. We have to find the number of likes of the uncategorized video. So we already tried solving this for the categorized video. So this was the command. If we run it now, let's see. So we have all the videos, and let's run this one, because in this we can also see the video which is not categorized. So this is the first video which we have deleted right now. Okay, so we have our case ready with us. So I have to find the number of likes of the uncategorized video. So if I need to find the uncategorized video, I can first write, instead of exists, I can write not exists. So whenever this row will be empty, only that video will be selected for my table information. So if I see now, I have the video which is not present in the video detail table. Now I just need to find the number of likes for that particular video. So I just add this column and simply run this query. Okay, so this solves our task. We can see this is the number of likes for the video which is uncategorized. Great. So we are done with this type of subquery as well. Then the last subquery that we have is the nested subquery, which is nothing but when we have subqueries inside another subqueries. So as I've already shown in the beginning as well, let's say we have a parent subquery, then the structure is like we use another inner query in that, then we can use another query in that as well, and so on. This loop can be followed. Mostly we go up to the limit of 4 to 5 inner queries, and these inner queries, when we use more than one inner queries inside each other, then we can say those subqueries are nested subqueries. So these are not the types of subqueries that are not intersecting for any type. So we can have a nested subquery as well as we can have multiple column subqueries. So there could be a multiple column subqueries which are nested inside each other. So let's try to solve the exercise question for this type of subquery. So we have that we need to find the videos with higher likes than the average likes for videos, but only will select the videos with more than 1500 likes, and those videos will be used to find the average likes, and whatever that average value is, we use that average to find the videos with the higher likes than those average values. So it looks complicated, but we can divide it into 3 small parts. So let's start from the end part. So we have to find the videos with more than 1500 likes first. So we can say select ID of all the videos from YouTube videos where the likes that we have for those videos are more than 1500. So that solves our last part. So we have our videos with more than 1500 likes now. Now we want to find the average of those videos. So what we do is, we do again same thing, we select average of those likes value from YouTube videos, but only for the videos where the number of likes are more than 1500. So this particular subquery is giving me the list of the videos with more than 1500 likes. Then this list is checked with the videos, so only the videos more than 1500 likes will be selected, and those videos will be used in for calculating the average number of likes. Now the third part is, I need to find the videos with likes higher than this average number. So this whole query is giving me one average value. Okay, so it's not a list, it's a single row subquery if we say the output of this query. So I need to find the videos. That means I need to find the title, I need to find the ID, title, and let's say channel name from YouTube videos, but only for the videos where the likes are greater than this. Let me reframe it so it looks better. Where likes are greater than this whole value, which is one value, which is the average of all the likes for the videos greater than 1500 likes. Okay, so if I run this query, you see only the video from Mr. Beast has gotten likes from which are higher than the average number of likes for that particular set of videos. So that solves our sixth exercise as well. Now we can move on to the last exercise of our tutorial, which says we need to find the second most liked video for each YouTuber. So we have videos from each of the YouTubers. Some YouTubers have more than one videos. So we need to find which video out of all the videos that they published is the second highest liked video. Okay, so that's better to understand. I can write it in that way. Find the second highest liked video for each YouTuber. Okay, so for that, let's break the problem again. So for that, we need to first make a list of all the YouTubers that we have. Okay, so I can use the distinct command and then select the YouTuber names, which is the channel name from YouTube videos. If I run this query, this is the list of YouTubers for which we need to find the second highest liked video. So for that, so whenever we want to find the highest or second highest liked video, what we do is we arrange all the values according to the likes column, and then we select the second value from those arranged values. So I'll do nothing, but I'll just first select the column. Let's say select likes from YouTube videos. Then I'll use order by command for the column likes. So I need to order this column in a descending order. So the highest value should be on the top, and then I'll use a limit that I need to select only one value out of this list with an offset of 1. So what this offset would do is, instead of selecting the values from top, it will offset the count and it will start counting from the second value. So it will start counting from the second value. It will only select one value after the count starts. So it will anyway select the second value in the whole list, which is ordered in a descending order. So in that way, this particular query is actually selecting the second highest liked video, but not for each YouTuber. So for that, we need to add something more. Okay, so the table that we created from this query, let's consider this as the outer table. Okay, So this is the table that we have, and I need to select the values from this table only, and I'll call it T out. Okay, just to make things simple. And then I need to print the channel name, that is the name of the YouTuber first, and let's say we need to change name of the YouTuber and the video that got the second highest like video. Okay, so this is the channel name, and the second thing that I'll do is I'll put this query in a select clause. Okay, so what this is, what the structure of this query is, there is a select clause which is selecting the channel name from this table. Okay, so this table only contains the channel name. So it's selecting the channel name, and then it is selecting the, let's say, the title from the inner table, which is the YouTube videos, and I'll give it a name of tin. Okay, but I need to put a condition now where tin dot channel name equals t out dot channel name. I'll explain you in a minute. So I forgot the where clause. So where tin dot channel name equals t out dot channel name, and then I continue writing my order by clause, limit and offset from this table. So if I run this query, okay, so now we have the channel name and this output from this select clause. It's looking way complicated, so I'll just alias it with the name, let's say the video second highest liked video. It's a long name, I know, but let's continue this with that. Okay, so we have the channel name, we have the second highest liked video for each of those YouTubers. So let's say if Mr. Beast didn't have any multiple videos in our list, so it gave me a null value because the second value in that list would be a null value. Okay, so how did that magic happen? Let's break this whole complicated looking query and you'll understand it, don't worry. So we have this query first. It is giving me a table with a name of all the YouTubers. Now I'm using this table to select the channel name. Easy. And then I'm using the same table to compare the channel name, these channel names, with the channel names of my original table, which is the YouTube videos, and I named it under tin. So what this is doing is it will iterate it. So for, let's say, for the first iteration, it will select the jklaus as the channel name from my outer table. Then it will go inside in the inner query. Then it will see, okay, the outer table dot channel name is jklaus. I need to select all the channel names from the inside tables with the name jklaus. So it will select all the jklaus rows containing this particular name, and then only those rows will be used to then order this order the values of the likes column in the descending order and selecting the second highest video. And this is done for each of the channel names. Now for each of the channel names, when it is done for the 4 iterations, it will select the second highest video for each of those 4 iterations. Just playing around, let's say if I remove this distinct keyword, and so what this table looks like. So it will have a repeated channel name. So we have jklaus, Mr. Beast, then 3 times Pursuit of Wonder, because each channel, sometimes, let's say for jklaus, there was 2 videos that were published from him. So these channel names, now if I use this table, these channel names will be compared repeatedly as well. So if I have jklaus 2 times, then it will select jklaus, all the values with the name jklaus, and then it will select the second highest liked video. Similar things it will do with another time with the jklaus as well, because we have 2 jklauses in this table. So if I run this query, you see we have 2 jklaus, and it is just giving me the second highest liked video for the same YouTuber. So that's why we have used this distinct keyword in our outer table. Okay, great. So this solved our final exercise question, which is to find the second highest liked video for each of the YouTubers from these tables. So these are some of the examples of each type of subqueries that we can use in our actual work environment. And of course, these are not limited to these particular examples only. There are many more examples, but these could be a starting point for you in order to learn how these subqueries can be used in different ways for solving these tasks.
So that was all for this video, and I hope you learned something about SQL subqueries from this tutorial. Do subscribe this channel for more such videos, and if you want to learn more about SQL from the basics itself, you can refer this playlist that I have created, where I have covered basic content from understanding the concepts behind databases and relational database management system to implementing your own SQL queries in your own system. And thank you for watching.